Hello, everyone and no one, and welcome to another Rotten's Guns. It's been cold. I'm pretty sure everyone has seen that who's in the States. So today I'm going to kind of bitch about double stack 1911s. And I say bitch, but it's just gripe about dumb shit for no real reason. Mostly because of like a Twitter post I had that I would love to buy a Staccato. I just can't personally justify the price right now. If I wouldn't have bought this one, I probably should have just went with a Staccato, but they didn't have what I wanted at the time, which was a Glock Mag one, and I just wasn't sure if I was still going to be living where I was to do everything to order a Stealth Arms Platypus. But I wanted one that was a compact that had the 15 round mag and was like a 3.5 to 4 inch barrel instead of the 3 1/4. So now I've had some issues with this one. Yeah, I'm doing the wrap on here for the palm safety because for some odd reason my hand is oddly shaped or sized to others, it seems like. I typically have to wear a large glove, even though my palms are probably a little smaller than a large glove, but my fingers are the proper length, but my thumb is there, and I just have a tendency to have trouble when you get your finger there right. Sometimes, using that as a shelf. Definitely had an issue with this one, and I'm attributing that to them using not as well done MIM'd safeties. So one of the things I plan on doing with my Prodigy, which will drop the mag that's got the fake rounds in it, helps when you take the safety off for that one. Like, one of the problems I've had with mine is if you hear that frickin' kind of a ka-chunk, which is weird because comparatively to other 1911s that are budget 1911s, they don't have that. But I'm looking to contact one of the local gunsmiths in my area and plausibly have the trigger changed and the palm swell safety, see if he can plausibly pin it. If he can't, no worries, and then replace the safeties to something that actually kicks back a little more, so I'll have a little more ledge to be able to actuate with my hand, especially if I'm going to try shooting left-handed, because this thing doesn't like to actuate properly. Like there, it just malfunctioned. Yeah, so the right-hand side, not good. Left-hand side, super fine, no issues with it. I need to actually get this thing sighted in more because it is a fun gun. It just typically likes to be ridden wet. I've had more issues with this gun that I got from my dad. I think they're mostly user-induced, but I could be wrong, and it's just it needed super cleaned. It wasn't wet enough as well. And it's funny, like I want a compact 2011 for no reason other than I might make it a carry gun, even though I have plans to make this a carry gun, or plausibly, where is it? Kicking stuff. My Smith & Wesson CSX, which I've had to change the sight on because I kind of don't like the big dot sights, and I had issues with the front big dot sight. Did not fit in here properly, so it actually had to be glued. This one is actually super glued in here because from everything I gather, they're supposed to be the same front sight as your standard any other Smith & Wesson. So we'll see how this goes. Maybe I'll look at the actual. They finally got it set out, I think, from XS, just regular night sights. Might spend the money on that, but this one might just have to go back to the original 3 dots and just piss me off. Or I'll get a just straight front night sight and see how that one goes. Because this one's nice. I'm just not the biggest fan of the trigger dingus, which, yeah, I glued. I don't care. Because if you're going to throw a safety on it for a hammer fired, why would you put the trigger dingus? You're just adding extra crap for no reason. I mean, I'd love to see as well. Wow, I'm going to go off this one. This one's just going to be purely random, as I've already gotten into chaos. But I say all that because so many things have such a hard time comparing to this that needs to be cleaned royally again and probably have the slide sent off to be recoated from the initial one, because Ruger can make a heck of a gun in my opinion, but their finishes aren't always the best. And this thing just carries so well. I carry this thing all the time. I wear it at the gym. It's there everywhere. And like I said, the XP or Fusion Firearms is going to have one coming out that might be pretty cool. It's supposed to be a compact and way lower than the price of a Staccato, which not knock on the price, or it's like I am knocking on the price. I don't know about the quality of them. I'm going to just have to go back to what many other people have said. They're a great quality with their modern day CNC machine. Even every gun has benefited from that. They're a great functioning firearm. It's just hard to justify the price currently because I don't care to get one that takes the 2011 magazines. I'd like one that I have more of and is cheaper to buy mags for. You know, I don't need another thing with proprietary magazines. It's the only reason why I don't look at Bull Armory, because their 2011s or double stack 1911s take their own proprietary mag. The only other one I've contemplated on was the Prodigy Compact, which would be cool, but again, I'm going to end up buying the gun, and then if I don't have any issues with it, have the safety, it's like the safeties removed and probably the trigger, or not removed, but changed, and probably the trigger changed, because I think flat face triggers are cool. Like, I might even have to go through the process to find one for this one. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, with it being cold out, I didn't feel like going out to the range. And granted, it was a little cooler than it was the last time I went, but I need better boots for that. And I also need to order ammo. So the next couple videos after this are going to be on 22 LR rifles that have a lot of sentimental value to me. I don't really know where else to go with this one. I kind of just wanted to get something out and kind of complain a little bit that I am way too broke, or spend money in the wrong place would probably be the better thing to say. I will say, so going to the Prodigy, since I put the Gideon on it, I have not been getting all of the stuff on the front, since this thing actually covers the little stupid porthole for checking for brass, or if to the loaded chamber indicator. And it's been pretty decent. My biggest issue with it was the failure to feeds. I can't remember really any failure to ejects or stovepipes or anything. So as long as I get it running wet, at least for the winter and everything, it's ran pretty good. I haven't had any ignition issues, so that's been a good thing. So the whole thing is like, I want to like this gun more, and I do really like it. It's got good texturing. Shot well. I just need to sight in this optic, and like a lot of things, as long as I'm doing what I'm supposed to, the gun does that. I did switch out the slide stop for the EGW one, because when my Metro Arms one broke, I just bought two of them. I was like, oh, they're Prodigy parts anyways, let's just throw them on there. And it's a much nicer, wider, well, slide stop to be like, you know, hit with my support thumb. And I don't really know where else to go for this one. I should have taken better notes. It's a bad idea sometimes to speak out half your video when you're at work thinking to yourself, I'll do this, and then not write any of that down because you don't have a notepad with you. And then it gets all of it out of your system then. It's like I have a bad habit of that for complaining when I'm going to go on like streams and whatnot. I'll have complained about other stuff beforehand, and now I've lost all the drive. Yeah, it's like I have been looking more into the single action pistols, just because dependent on what they are, they do have the best trigger pull, especially for a 1911 style trigger. Most of your Glocks don't compare to that. You can slowly get them there, but it's never still going to be a 1911 trigger. And like I said, I'd love to buy a Staccato. I just can't justify the price personally, when then I could go to someone like Nighthawk Custom and get a 1911 that, yes, was still machined, or it's like, you know, modern day machined for how they built the parts, but then put together by one gunsmith to run extremely well. I mean, The price for Staccato, I'm looking at the lower end also of like Cobbett, but again, that gun's going to last for fucking generations. I don't remember if I was trying to swear or not, but fuck it, we ball. So just, this gun's cool. I'm still looking at what I'm going to plausibly buy other than stuff strictly for testing optics, because I need to do that more. I need to double check when I go out with the one, because that Zulazzi for the RMSC has been doing pretty well, as long as I do my part and don't over anticipate, which I am notorious for. Yeah, going to shoot and over anticipate, so you push, and that's never a good thing. But I guess I'm getting into that whole shtick like a lot of other people and getting into the 2011s, and this one's still fun. I need to take her back out and see, since I've done some further buffing on the chamber, because I know I did have a couple issues. I want to say with the standard mags, I didn't with this Metgar mag. I think I had one. The Pro mag did pretty decently. But again, I don't think this thing would ever become a home defense gun. If I'm going to go with a 45 ACP home defense gun, I'm going to bust out my Mark 23, because why not? I think that's about all I got. This is just going to be a short rambling about nonsense because it was cold out. It's been cold this whole freaking week, or for a while. Oh, it's been stupid cold this week in the single-digit temperatures. And I felt like taking today off to do other stuff around my apartment, except for not clean my table, obviously, because it's still kind of looking the same. And that's really all I got. So thanks for watching. Next week will be probably the first gun I ever had. I should say have. I can't go with the first handgun I ever bought, because I got rid of that one like 3 months after I bought it. I was a dumbass and bought a Keltec PF4. Not a great gun. Oh, we can go into the whole thing for like the Staccato. If I were going to get one, I've been looking at the HD3, I think it's C3.6, and that, because that's going to be like about where it is, the 3.5 to 4 inch barrel. If they did that one with just the P4 slide instead of what they're doing for the C4X, I keep wanting to call it a CX4, but it's not a Beretta. So I keep getting a toss up. I'm probably going to buy only one gun this year that's going to be just for more fun or whatnot. It's going to be a bit more expensive. Anything else, like I said, I'm going to try to keep strictly for testing purposes on the channel. I'm not going to try to get to a lot of other people do and go through and test out all the new fang-dangled guns, because, well, I can't afford it. Unless I somehow get big enough or I win the hopeful winning of the lottery, it's highly unlikely. But yeah, I'll have to take these ones back out to the range and do some more of that shoot and talk. I need to practice a lot more with this one and turn it into my actual carry gun. But I just haven't. If I do anything else to this one, I'm still hesitant on changing the hammer out to a actual hammer instead of the bobbed hammer, or the standard hammer. But I think that'll do it for today of my rambling. Oh god, sorry. Oh, I probably should have drank more water before this and not put a nicotine pouch in, but that's how it goes sometimes. So have a great one, folks. Have a good week. Stay warm for those of you who are in the storm or in the winter areas or the snowy areas currently. Appreciate you watching. Have a great day.